In this video, we're going to begin going through the first 4 steps of the accounting cycle. So you have learned in the previous videos how to analyze transactions and take those transactions and turn them into a debit and a credit. Now with that information, we can complete the first 4 steps of the accounting cycle. So what we're going to do here is we're going to analyze transactions, we're going to journalize those transactions, and we're going to post to the ledger. So I like to do these 3 steps sort of sequentially, one after the other, because I think it makes it easier. And then we will do step 4 separately. So you're going to receive something like this, which is a detailed list of transactions, right? A description of the transactions. And once you have this, then you can go in and you can do the journal entries for that. So we're going to, each one of these transactions, we're going to analyze it, record to the general journal, post to the general ledger. After we record all of those transactions, then we're going to do the unadjusted trial balance. And then later on from that, we can create the income statement, statement of retained earnings, balance sheet, and cash flow statement. So let me show you what that looks like. So here is the general journal, right? Steps 1 and 2 of the accounting cycle. So you'll see the accounting cycle steps 1 and 2 will record to the general journal. So that's here. We have the dates. So each one of these dates, we're going to have a journal entry. And then you have, there's 2 pages of that. Then you have step 3 of the accounting cycle. Now step 3, we have T accounts, right? For each one of the accounts that we're going to use. And you'll see here the T accounts are organized by sort of how we have the balance sheet. So the current assets T accounts are together. Then we have the plan asset T accounts, that's next. And then we have the natural resources and intangible assets. We haven't learned that yet, so this is all blank. And we have the current liabilities T accounts. And you'll see some T accounts filled in, and there'll be some empty T accounts. These empty T accounts we're going to fill in later as we go on, but we're going to leave it empty for now. So if something is empty, you just leave it alone. And then we have the long-term liabilities T account. So far we have 2. Notice long-term liabilities, we have notes payable, that's long-term, and then we have notes payable, that's short-term. In this class so far, we've only done notes payable long-term, but later on we're going to do notes payable short-term. And then we have equity, accounting cycle equity T account, so common stock, retained earnings, and dividends, right? And then we have the accounting cycle revenues. These are the revenue T accounts, and again, there's blank. We're going to add to these as we go on. And expenses, right? Expenses is probably going to be the category which has the most accounts, but for now, we're just going to leave that, leave the accounts that we have. And then you also have another accounting cycle expenses, which is just empty now, which we're going to fill in later on. We're going to continue to add more accounts to this. So you're going to fill this in. You're going to fill in this transactions. And then once you're finished with that, you're going to end up with this trial balance that I finished here, but you're going to end up with this trial balance that is going to be step 4. So we're going to focus on step 1, 2, and 3, where we'll do the general journal here and post to the general ledger. And because there's a lot of journal entries and I don't want to make this video 30 minutes long, I'll break it up into part 1, part 2, part 3, etc.